I want to talk about something today. It is about cords. It is about freedom. It is about weaving. We are all woven into fabric. Since the day we're born, we're all woven into fabric. From the doctor that birthed you, from the nurse that held you, and from the mother that birthed you, and from the father that held you, and for the little sibling that's touched you when you were born. Anyone who has gained access to you that you have hugged, shaked hands, fist bumped, these are all woven cords. And these cords, they run like electricity. Some places their cords are running underground, and some places they are running on a pole, or they're running on an electrical tower. But we are all a construct of a grid, of some sort, of some pattern. And this is not seen because the naked eye cannot see it. But when you are cut from your mother's womb, or she birthed you, there is a tether, there is a cord there. And this cord, once it's cut, it's still there. Because when this person leaves this world, that cord is severed. When someone's feeling ill, someone is on their way out, you started to develop symptoms like I did, like I was feeling. And then 30 minutes later, I receive a call from my cousin that my mother passed on the 4th of this month. So I felt that cord break, because I felt what was happening. But I had already seen it via vision, by vision. I've already seen it. So I knew that this would be something that I would see happen, because I saw it. I saw it play out in my subconscious. So I had already saw it in a vision. But we are all part of a construct. We are all part of a, you know how they say the earth has ley lines, but nobody can really see them, but they're there. That's the same thing as the webs that we weave. no matter how big or how small, or how length of time, or how short of time that you have shared space, spoke with, broke bread with, drink with, shared conversation with, there is an energetically cord that is there. And when you, let's say in the beginning when they first came up with telephones, you know, they would press this thing over and over again, and then they would wait to hear someone talking on the other end. So that energy has to travel down this line to get to where it needs to go in order to hear. You know, when you were a kid, you take a styrofoam cup and you put, you know, string to it, and you know, you talk through it, and then you know, a voice can travel at the speed of light, just the same as, you know, energy can travel at the speed of light. So if no one is, if let's just say you were how can I put this? Let's just say you were the creator. You have no attachments, but you have all the attachments. But yet, you're free. Your mind is free. Your body is free. Someone who, let's say someone that was born, no doctor, no nurse, no nothing touched them. And they were born in the bush, out in nature, and the parent had the child. And they did all the procedures by cutting the cord and all this other kind of stuff, and tied the cord to the mother. This child has no attachments to the world, has no attachments to other people. So therefore, the cords going to that child will be limited. It will only be limited to the mother. But however many people that the mother interact with, that's going to go back on the child. And I bring this story up is because karmics, people that carry demonic attachments to them, people that dabble in fornication, drinking, drugs, unaliving, robbing, stealing, everyone you come in contact with, or everyone they come in contact with, that is a live wire. A cord is a cord. It has no thought. It has no has no thought pattern, it has no feelings. It's an attachment, no matter how big or how small, how much time that you spent with this person. All it takes is for them to just touch you, touch your hand, get into your aura field. Energy is energy. A thought is a thought. When you disassociate yourself from the world, and you cut that cord from the world, you free yourself. But then you still have all those personal cords that are attached to you. And if you don't cut those personal cords, you will enjoy in the spoils of those that have came across you, those that you have eaten with, those that you have slept with, those that you have drink with, those that you have taken trips with. You will enjoy in the spoils of their demonic activity, because these demonic entities are woven within the construct of the weaving of the web, of the World Wide Web, or if you want to call it the grid. It is the grid of the cords that we weave. This quilt, this blanket, this construct, this, they say the world is not big at all. Somebody knows somebody that knows somebody. The reason why I make this video is because you can only be free of all cords as if you cut them. I mean, literally cut them. You can imagine a cord in front of you and cut it, or you can literally do a cord and cut it. A string, so to speak. Call it witchcraft if you like. But it's cutting ties, it's cutting the access to the unsanctioned. It's cutting the contact to those that have demonic attachments to them. Every excess, you want to cut those cords. You want to be free of that quilt. You want to be free of that web that you weaved. You want to be free of that. It's just even situations. Doesn't necessarily have to be, and it doesn't matter male or female. Child, because they connected too. You have to cut all cords, no matter how big or how small. When I say how big or how small, I mean little person, big person. You have to cut them all. Because they're connected to someone else, and they're connected to someone else, they're connected to someone else. You know, it goes on. because it's a weave, it's a web. Like they say that there's a net over the earth. I've seen it, but it's where spirits have broken through. This was a complete encasing over the earth, but some spirits were able to break through, and they have now it has this web-like look over the earth. It was supposed to keep things contained that shouldn't be leaving this earth. But we're talking about the spiritual realm. We're talking about spiritual. We're talking about stuff that you cannot see. Attachments that you cannot see. Because you don't know what this person did before you. You don't know what they did, when they were with you. So it's imperative that you cut those cords. It's imperative that you cut and free yourself from connections because you never know what attachments that they may have. You never know who they may know. Like I said, somebody may know somebody may know this person, that person, you don't know. So I thought about this yesterday, because a cord doesn't have a brain. It just attach. It just attach. And when you try to figure out why is all this bad stuff happening to me? Why am I going through all of this? Why am I seeing this? Why am I doing that? That's because there's cords that are attached to you, and they go in every different direction. Every different direction. Even circumstances. For me, for instance, for an example, going to Satan's kingdom, that's a cord. For everyone that was in there, for everyone that was around me, for everyone that I spoke with, for everyone that I didn't really shake anyone's hands, but only those that are sealed, those are the only ones that I may have shaked hands with. But that's an attachment. That's a cord that has to be broken, because for surely there's demonic attachments in that instant. Because the system can have you, but the demonic realm don't have to have you. You are and you may not believe this, but you should believe this, because we are on an electrical grid, which is the earth. And we are crystals that are walking around spiking, shooting off sparks and energy. So therefore, we are like that little ball that Nikola Tesla made, and he made this room, and it's like, and it has wires all around, and you just see these things just sparking and moving. That's us on the earth. Why do you think that someone can be up north and you're down in the south, but yet you have the same you have the same story, but how can I put this? Okay, this guy that I was watching on Rapture Ready Moon, he was talking about how he received a what is it called? He received a little brochure in the mail, and it was from what is it? It's a cruise line, and it was what is it called? It was a cruise line. I'll think of it in a minute. But months prior, I had filled out for that cruise line to work for it. Norwegian Cruise Line. And then here, I filled out for it months prior. Like, let's say I filled out for it in June, and I heard his video in October when he received a flyer for Norwegian Cruise Line. And then after that happened, before I saw his video, I saw a rainbow in the midst of a storm. Like the rainbow was not going through the clouds. The rainbow was literally under the clouds. But it was storming. It was hailing and it was storming. And I was seeing this rainbow in the midst of the storm. So then he says that the bride would be adorned with stones, and they will be like a rainbow. The bride of Hamashiach would be a rainbow. So there will be every spectrum of the rainbow. So everyone would have stones of the rainbow going down, and they would be adorned as a rainbow. So do you see the connection what I'm trying to show you? Then he mentions about the ark, which is the cruise line, which is the ship, which is the cruise ship is the ark. Not only that, the rainbow is the promise. So you see how it's all tied in together. Someone knows someone that knows someone. So therefore, we are connected by a cord, a tether. It is a ley line between all of us. The thing is to align the cords that you do have the cords that are existing that you do have. Align it with the right people, sharing in the right space with the right people, being with the right people that are walking in righteousness, people that are walking in the same walk that you walk. Because you have to cut all those cords, and especially old cords that are long gone. You're no longer in contact with these other people, but you need to cut those cords. You have to free yourself. Because not everyone's going to walk your walk. Not everyone is going to walk the same path you walk. There's far few in between that will walk the same walk that you walk in righteousness. So these cords, they need to be cut. Just the same as, like I said, you know, it could be a job. It could be friendships. It could be an ex-marriage. It could be an ex-girlfriend, boyfriend situation. You know, any of the situations. Accident, car accident. It could be anything, anything. And I mean anything. You have to cut the cord from that. You gotta cut the cord. I mean, it may be a lot of cutting, but you'll be free. You will be free of it. Even hospital, you know, you have to cut those cords because you are energy. You are a crystal. You are a part of the grid of the earth. And these entities can ride this as if they're riding a surfboard. So the only way that can happen is to cut them and align yourself with the people that are of the same, may not be the same frequency, but on the same path of righteousness. I hope I'm making sense. But I thought I just wanted to get on and speak about this because it made me think, you know, when I was told that my mom passed, and within that 30-minute increment, I started feeling not so well. Then my cousin called me and said that my mother died. So at that point, that cord was severed. So at that point, that made me think of the connection. I mean, it disconnects me from her bloodline. It frees me from her bloodline, yeah. But it doesn't free me from my father's bloodline. So, there are a lot of our ancestors that have not done that before, have cut these cords. This is why the world is so unstable. This is why people are so unhinged. Because there's so many attachments, so many these demonic entities. It's like it's a heyday. They can feed off of your energy, drain you of your life force. And the only way to protect yourself is start imagining and start cutting cords. Even if you remember their name, call it out and release them. Cut that cord. Whether you use, you know, any type of string. You can call it witchcraft if you like. I don't see it as that. I see it as freeing yourself. Because the longer you let that cord stay, the more you're going to endure hardship, endure lack. So these things are must. You have to cut ties, because a lot of these people that are of the world, you know, these entities are still riding that ley line of webs that we weaved. Unpure thoughts, pop into your so we have to do what's best for us, because you're a grid. You are part of the grid, whether you want to or not. You are part of it. You were born on this earth. You're one of those crystals that's sticking up. You're just as that thing that Nikola Tesla made, where it's sending all sparks everywhere. It's a globe, but it's just sending electricity everywhere. Well, the great I Am uses electrical grid. Satan used the electrical grid. I know it firsthand from when I was in Satan's kingdom. I know it all too well. I know it all too well when I play some gospel music during my videos and it just shut off because these entities don't want to hear it. Like right now, someone died in this apartment, and I found out that when you see this going across the screen like this, that blackness, that is the spirit that lives in this apartment. I sent quite a few back. I sent them onto the other side. I'm since going to do it again here pretty soon. I'm not sure when, but I'm going to do it again here pretty soon to help them cross over. Get all their ancestors and angels and all of them together and make sure that they're waiting on the other side for them. But whenever I would do these things, my voice would be lowered, all kinds of things, just crazy stuff. Radio would turn off, my camera would stop video and it'll go to picture taking, especially when I start talking about the Creator, when I start talking about Creator of all things, when I talk about Yeshua, HaMashiach. This person doesn't like this talk. Not that they are evil or they just, I don't know. So this is what I'm saying about cords. This is what I mean about attachments. You never know where you may go. And who you may run into and who you may meet that may have an attachment to them. You have to protect yourself, your space, and you have to protect them as well, whom you're speaking with, whom you're around. But most of all, you have to disassociate yourself with the world. It's not disconnecting from the grid of the world, but it is only allowing attachments, what you allow to, that are walking in the same frequency or in the same walk as you, or walking, in faith, or walking in righteousness. So it's really important to cut these cords and free yourself, because that's why everything is happening the way it's happening, because it's the grid, it's the quilt that we all weaved, and these entities are able to ride those and go across the world, in record speeds, just as much as I'm talking here. And a good thing I don't go live. This is one of the reasons why I don't go live. Two reasons why I don't go live. because so something could come through. And then secondly, I don't have time to read what people are saying. But when you go live, expect something to come through your feed. Expect something to come through your feed that's running that ley line. You know, it's not just the bodies, it's also the ley lines that are up above your head. These electrical lines. So that's one of the reasons why I don't go live, because there are entities that are riding those waves. Because you never know who's on the other side of that camera. You never know what's behind them on the other side of the camera too. They said it's the same thing, like, you know, when the TV, you know how back in the day when the TV would be playing, and then when everything goes off, you have white noise. I should say no more. I don't have to say anything else anymore. Watch your steps. Be careful what you do. I'm going to end this here. Learn to love each other like you love yourself. Learn to forgive and let live and let go, for this is your salvation. For if you do not do these things, you will not be on that ark. Watch things that are positive, uplifting. Till the next time the great I Am speaks. Old subscribers, new subscribers, thank you. There was something I did forget. You know, I was in my dream, I asked, do you people not practice the Sabbath? I heard someone on TikTok speaking about that, and I was like, wow. He brought it back to my memory that I said these words about the Sabbath in my dream. Just thought that was kind of ironic. Thank you guys for listening. Old subscribers, new subscribers, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The one out.